Yo, what's the YouTube? It's your boy First Class 305, also known as Mr. 305 for my Spanish speaking folks out there, whatever. But overall, today I wanted to touch a little basis on the situation that's going on. That I've been dealing with a lot of forums and so forth and so on. And I keep getting this question so much, man. Like, everybody keep asking me, like, yo, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? And I'm just going to touch base with y'all and let y'all know how I feel about it, man. And what we're talking about today is the sneaker game effed up? We're going to keep it PG-13 for the fam. Is the sneaker game effed up? In my opinion, absolutely not. 0%. If anything, it's actually thriving right now. And before y'all start barking and you start riffing and you start saying, nah, yo, you bugging out, and this is in the 30s, resellers this and these resellers that, and all these hype beasts and so forth and so on, and y'all just start, you know what I'm saying, y'all get all bonkers with a brother. Pause. Take a minute. Let me explain what I got to say. And that way you can give me your opinion after that. Truthfully speaking, man, when you start talking about the sneaker culture in its entirety, think about the span that one had to wait for a shoe to be re-retro. Think about it. Just stop and think about that for a minute. Real talk. Even if you start talking about JB, talk about JB. That's like the most common retro shoe, period. Aside from most Nike releases. Excuse me. Think about JB. How long did one have to wait back in the day before a pair of shoes came out? You're talking about a 10-year span before a shoe was re-retro. So if you missed it back then, you're stuck. You better wait 10 years. You better hope you don't die in a tragic car accident or something like that, and you're able to get that shoe in your life. We don't have to do that anymore. At the end of the day, it sucks for people who like to sell their shoes and they like to have a shoe that, you know, they can wear for about 10, 12 months and then, you know, just change it up, sell the shoe off and buy another one. It sucks for y'all, but, you know what I'm saying? I don't resell. I don't sell at all. I sell when I legitimately do not wear the shoe anymore, and I'm going to sell it below market value because it's never been about the money for me. It's about just the love of the shoes. For me, it's always been a love of the sneakers. So overall, the Bred 11s are set to be released in the holiday season. They were just released in the CDP joints. Everybody's like, yo, but they just came out. And so for the love of the game Olympics, everybody know I hate that shoe. Can't stand that. I was a fan of the 04 joints, but they're retroing this year again. Everybody's like, why are they retroing so early? It's because the culture's gotten so big. It's because the sneaker game is so. It's become a cult. You know what I'm saying? It's because there's a cult following behind the sneaker game now. And people say it's a negative thing, but you got to understand it's positive in every aspect of it. As long as we maintain a peaceful releases, and we leave all the nonsense at sneaker releases where everybody want to start beefing and fighting and cats want to start skipping and all this other garbage with as soon as cats start growing up and start being smart about these sneaker releases, I think that this is going to be one of the dopest, most beautiful movements ever. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing still holding down the sneaker culture. It's not the culture itself. It's certain people in the culture that are in it for either the wrong reasons or their mother just didn't teach them right. And they just want to, start busting guns at a sneaker release where there's women and kids out there. You know what I'm saying? Which is why I stay strapped up. So if you start busting shots, guess who's going to bust shots too? It's simple. You know what I'm saying? And I stay in the range every week, so my aim is pretty good. But overall, you know what I'm saying? Like, for me, people don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody keeps saying that the game is messed up and the game is smashed up and it doesn't make any sense, and, these hype beasts and so forth. Yo, the reason that we're getting some of these dope, because y'all can't, there's nobody out there right now that can honestly, truthfully tell me that y'all have not bought not one single JB release this year. And if you say that, you a liar. I'm trying to keep it PG-13. You're a liar. And that right there is going to get me hyped because people out here be fronting. And I can't stand fronting. Niggas, like, real talk, can't stand fronters like that, man. I don't co-sign fronters like that, which is why I say to myself, the reason that we got look at the release schedule for this year on JB brand. We've gotten some of the dopest releases. They finally dropped the falls. Where, people who weren't able to scoop up Bred 11s are finally going to get a chance to do those. People who weren't a fan of the CDP 4s are going to get a chance to get the dope joints. People who weren't a fan of the Moss Blackmans are going to be able to scoop those up. The playoffs, obviously, because those are going to go crazy. Obsidian Blue 12s are gonna go bonkers. Olympic sixes, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many dope retros dropping out again, and the reason that they're dropping out is because of the hype. The reason that they're dropping out is because people are fiending for these shoes. Because, you know, Nike executives have their ear to the pavement where people are saying, yo, I need this shoe in my life, dude. No matter what, I'm buying 3 pairs, I'm buying 4 pairs. This is, you know, people saying that they're gonna buy 2-3 pairs of the shoe. You know what I'm saying? It's smart business, man. And people need to understand that. Yo, leave the hatred aside for a little bit. Stop and reflect on it and say to yourself, you know what, I pay homage to these hype beasts. I pay homage to these hype beasts because at the end of the day, they're the reason that I was able to scoop up one of my grails this year and actually get the shoe that I've been fiending for like the last 3-4 months, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years type shit. You know what I'm saying? Excuse the language. And they actually be retroing it. Because people are feeding it for it. Because the younger generation, they're more proactive than we are. Like, you gotta keep it 100. Like, they're a lot more proactive. Like, these are the cats that use all their lunch money to go buy sneakers and stuff. Yo, when I was a kid, I was like, yo, you know what? I need a pair of sneakers. But am I gonna kill over them? Hell nah. I get them if I get them. If I don't, chuck up the deuces. You got these kids, these younger kids nowadays that will do just about anything for a pair of Yeezys. You got these kids that will do just about anything for a dope pair of J's. You got these kids that will do anything for one of the exclusive LeBrons because those South Beach Nights are gonna go sell out immediately. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta really stop. There's a negative to it, obviously, because the copying aspect of it is just horrendous, and it's gonna take forever and a day to scoop up what you want. But with every good, with every bad, there's always good, man, and that's what cats need to understand. Like, you can't have the best way to say it, you can't have barbecue without a fire. You can't have cake without a stove, without an oven, without the heat from the oven. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you gotta learn to coexist with it. You gotta learn to coexist with the new sneaker game. You gotta learn how to adapt. And cats are just so close-minded to adapting that they get lost in the shuffle. You know what I'm saying? They just gracefully bow out. Not even gracefully. They start kicking and screaming like 4-year-olds and bow out. You know, saying, oh, that's it, I'm done collecting sneakers. I can't deal with these resellers nowadays. Bro, if you already know what the game is right now. The game has changed. Now, if you want a pair of J's and you really do want that pair of J's, you got to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. You got to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning and get in line. And if you don't want to do that, get them early. Right now, people are beefing about the playoff. The playoffs are gonna retail for $170 after taxes out here in South Florida. They're on sale right now on eBay for $279, $264. Scoop them up on there. Make it easy on yourself. But don't say to yourself, don't just, talk about, oh, I can't do it and I hate the resellers and this is and the third. Bro, if you ain't willing to do the work, you don't deserve the sneaker anyway. It's just that simple. If you don't want to do the work, you don't deserve the sneaker. And that's what I'm trying to get across, man. It's not even to be disrespectful for nobody, but it's just one of those things where it's been something that's been plaguing me for a minute about, people saying that the sneaker game is effed up and so forth and so on. It's not, dude. The sneaker game is better off now than it was 10 years ago. At the end of the day, there's mass production, so quality aspect of it isn't going to be there. That just goes along with business. But stop and ask yourself, something's got to give. Something's got to give, okay? You may have a stitching pattern that's messed up on new Jordan brand releases, but yet the glue that was used back in early 90s, late 80s was old synthetic glue that's not even used in production of anything nowadays. Why? Because it did corrode and it did fall apart. Hence why there are a lot of OG joints that you just can't wear no more. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not even trying to ruffle any feathers. I'm not out here beefing. I'm just giving my opinion, man, because a lot of cats ask me that, like, yo, do you think the sneaker game is effed up? And I don't think at all. I don't think the sneaker game is effed up at all. I think right now the sneaker game is at the best place that it's been, because now suburban America, because I don't like to use racial. I don't like to use race at all. But suburban America is now understanding that it's not all about the materialistic aspect of it. Now they're understanding that there is actually a culture behind it. Why we buy these shoes, why we stand in lines, because it was lost to them. They just saw, prices on these sneakers and said, oh, I wouldn't pay $150 for a pair of sneakers. But now they understand it because now this culture is in the limelight. Now the culture is in mainstream America. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it all boils down to. People gotta understand that, man. Leave the hate alone, bro. Like there's just so many things there's just so many other important things out here to hate on. Y'all can go ahead and hate on the Trayvon joint. Y'all can hate on gas prices. Y'all can hate on stuff that actually matters. Don't hate on something that's not affecting you directly, because it's not affecting you directly. It's a sneaker, bro. It's not that major, man. And I can't say it. I love sneakers to death, but would I die for a pair of sneakers? Not at all. I die for my wife, and I die for, I even die for this. This is another reason I die for right here. This is a reason worth dying for right here. You know what I'm saying? Like, dog, you can't, y'all gotta leave the tough talk alone, man. Like, yo, come on, man. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. And I just felt like, getting that off my chest as far as what First Class 305 thinks about the whole sneaker game being effed up. Y'all definitely give me your opinions. Let me know how y'all feel. Let me know how y'all think. I'm definitely gonna answer back as I can. And before I end up out of here, I don't know if y'all got a chance. I got an email from New Jersey Life, whatever the case may be. Some cat here on YouTube. He says he's in the Miami area and now he wants to scuffle because I made the video I was talking about him on that J-Star joint, and now he's like, oh, he got his feathers ruffled, and now he's like super sensitive, and now he wants to fight or something like that. Dude, like I'm 27. You know what I'm saying? I turned 27 on the 16th, bro. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no time for that. I'm not gonna throw hands on you about a YouTube because I called you out there because you're a hypocrite and you're full of garbage. Like, don't get mad. I mean, it just happens. Sometimes people just want to put you on blast, and I just happen to do that. Don't cry about it. You know what I'm saying? If you want to, look, tell me where you stay at, and if you want to, I'll go ahead and mail you, because everybody knows I'll send it parcel mail. I'll mail you a handkerchief so you can, blow your nose and wipe your tears away, so that way, you don't have to feel so tough on YouTube. It's YouTube. No toughy guy on YouTube. No toughy guy. This not gonna happen. No. No, dog, man, just take it easy, bro, man. It's not even that major, man. Am I scared? Not at all. I ain't never been. My mother always taught me. This is my mother at that, because my old girl's an OG. You ain't never scared. There's only two things I'm scared of in this life, and it's my mother and God. You think I'm gonna be scared of a dude on YouTube? Come on, son. Stop, drop, and roll over. Because you acting like my puppy right now. Real talk, man. Either way, man, it's your boy First Class 305, man. I'm out your ear and I'm out your face, chucking up the doses. Salute, holla at your kinfolk. Yeah. Oh, snap. One more thing, I'm out your ear, man. Yo, super happy. Bam, I finally got the joints that I was waiting for. Holla at your kinfolk. I actually broke these out today, and the next will break in like all day. I just broke these out. They were 100% dead stock. I sold my 10.5 to the homie. That's a bad story. I'm sorry about that. I'll go on record and say I'm sorry about that. He kind of messed them up. But he messed them up. I didn't sell him messed up shoes. He messed them up, just so it clears. So if anybody wants to screw from me, I'm still 100% legit. So stop that. But anyways, I bought these dead stock and I actually gave him a phenomenal deal. I sold him my pair for $250 and I bought these for $325. I didn't tell him that though. I told him I was gonna, it's gonna be like an even pay for me, but he really wanted them, so it's not about the money. Either way, man, I just wanted to let y'all know that. So whatever the case may be, I'm out your ear, I'm out your face, chucking up the deuces, First Class. Salute, holla at your kinfolk. Yeah.